Hey everybody, this is Josh with Talk About Trek, and it is once again Warp Tuesday. I know, I can't believe it either. But as you can see, it's a very special day. We are in uniform and we are officially aboard the USS Enterprise D here. And I decided what better place to sit down and have a Warp Tuesday with all of y'all than in the conference room here. So that's what we're going to do today. These uniforms, they do ride up. I will say that. You've got to do that Picard maneuver often, right? Now, typically, we do a little bit of local news, we do a little bit of what's going on in the larger world of Star Trek. So I think what we'll do is let's start by heading on over to, let's see, we'll do trekmovie.com here. That's a good source for your Star Trek news, I would say, and see what they've got going on. Ooh, look at this. Wait, I'm way down here now? What happened? Hold on. Hold on a second. There we are. What in the world happened there? Anyway, we're back. And we're looking at trekmovie.com here, and I love this. Look at this first bit of news here. The newest Star Trek book is released today, actually. It just came out today. And even though I ordered it and I was told I would get it on release date, I'm going to get it on Thursday, and that's fine. That's fine. I have other things I'm reading right now anyway. But I'm very much looking forward to reading this. And it looks to be a bit of a kind of a time travel story going on. I didn't get too much into it, but you've got Wesley Crusher coming back. And I'm very excited about that. So that's going to be fun. I like Dayton Ward's work. I think I read, what did we read by Dayton Ward recently? I don't know. I'm looking over here and I still don't know because that's a conference room wall. Certainly not a bookshelf in my office. Anyway, yeah, this is the big top news. I love that. And again, looking forward to reading that. It is only available in the hardcover right now, but what are you going to do? I'm willing to put up with the extra space I have to put up with, right? But what else do we have to talk about? Here we go. Yes, I'm not going to watch this because I don't want to get like any kind of too much spoiler news, but there was a con, I think down in Mexico here, CCXP, and they released the release date and the trailer for Strange New Worlds Season 4. So I think that would definitely be worth taking a look with you guys right now. Let's see, and I guess we could look at the synopsis here. As they journey to strange new worlds, they will battle inner demons and external threats, encounter colorful new characters, reunite with familiar faces, and confront terrifying aliens. Through it all, they strive to embrace a bright, hopeful future. Season 4 coming July 23rd. We got 10 episodes, right? And, we kind of know a little bit about, because we've seen some teasers from last year. But let's go ahead and have a look at this.
Where a wiser man would have left well enough alone. Space is limitless in its beauty and in its terror. You can do everything right, and sometimes things still don't work out the way we'd hoped.
Any of these missions could be lost.
Let's boldly go.
Alright, so let's go back. Back to the conference room proper. Alright. You can watch it again too if you want. Man, it didn't get me as hype as I would have hoped. Some of the stuff in there I did like. But I will be honest with you, I wish and I feel... And man, is this like a ongoing problem that comes in here? But why was there so much focus there on Paul Wesley's Kirk, right? this show it's Pike's show, right? And I feel that it should be more. And I mean, obviously, I mean that's just a preview, so we don't know exactly how hard they're going to lean into that this season. But ending it on him saying "go boldly" or whatever, I don't know. It didn't hit it for me, and I feel I don't know. Just give more focus to those original characters, possibly, more to Pike since he didn't get very much in the TOS. We don't have to. We know Spock and we know Kirk. We know all these people. We know Scotty very well. They've had their time in the sun, right? But let me know more about let me know about number one more, right? We don't know as much about her. What about Ortegas? What about Mitchell? I'm just saying. I'm excited because it's new Star Trek, and I love Star Trek, and I'm always going to enjoy the new Star Trek. But I feel that they just maybe one of the places that they missed the mark here, is by trying to go back to the past too much. We need to take the past, build upon that, and then build the future of Star Trek, right? Yeah, I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. I'm just talking. Because it's Warp Tuesday, and that's what we do here on Warp Tuesday. Let's go back to the news here. We got to get out of this thing, and we got to click this thing, and boom, we're back. Okay, so that was the Season 4 trailer. There was a dinosaur in there. You were correct in seeing a dinosaur. And, oh, look, they do have the name of the first episode even. And you got to love Pike riding a horse here. A full Western-themed episode, which is awesome. They had a Western episode in TOS, right? They had a Western episode in TNG. We know that one. We remember that one very clearly. I don't think that. Well, you know what? Deep Space Nine had that one that was kind of like, what was it? The Magnificent Ferengi. I don't know if that really qualifies or not. Not really. But anyway, the point is, that is one of the things that I enjoy. That's kind of a cool thing. I like that. Whoa! About Strange New Worlds is how they can do kind of these theme shows, right? Which is kind of it's a Star Trek thing. Again, you've seen these kind of episodes. You've seen the holodeck episodes and that kind of stuff, and they're fun. It's a fun time. So I guess we can look at a few more pictures here. Oh, but look, they all got the cowboy gear on, so that'll be good. The next episode, the Griffin incident. An awkward hug between Kirk and Spock. And again, I mean, come on, we've been down the Kirk and Spock road a million times. Like, let's learn more about some other characters, right? Anyway, let's go back because we don't need to get too in depth with that. What do we got here? Podcasts. That's one thing that I don't do. And it's probably the nature of my employment and just kind of how things work out for me. I think a lot of people maybe at their jobs or perhaps on their way to or from their jobs, they can listen to and do listen to podcasts and that kind of thing. And for me, it doesn't work out that way, basically. So I've never gotten into a podcast, and I know there's like a million of them out there, right? With all these people giving their thoughts and opinions and making jokes, and hopefully, being positive as best they can. But these guys looks like they went to Ticonderoga and they did something there, and this is called Shuttle Pod. Go to blah blah blah. All right. Anyway, very interesting. An auction of things that I won't be able to buy, but hey. The second auction has a lot of set furniture. So any of you Canadians out there watching, go on, check out the auction here. Get yourself a Star Trek chair or something. I don't know. What else do we got here? Oh, yes, man. I had wished and wished. Okay, so Creation announced a second con. Creation is the one that puts on the big Las Vegas con every year, which one day I will get to. One day I will get to that thing. I swear, I will. And they've announced that they're now going to be doing a second con. So they're doing a con in Philadelphia, and they've already got a huge lineup going here of Kate Mulgrew, Jerry Ryan, Denise Crosby, Nana Visitor, Terry Farrell, Melissa Navia, and our house band, the Roddenberries. Man, I want to listen to the Roddenberries play songs. That sounds awesome. That sounds awesome. But anyway, this is in Philadelphia. It's coming up in November. And of course, that's nothing that I can plan or do this year. But it is exciting to know that maybe, this is something they'll continue to keep on doing, right? So possibly it would be it would definitely be an easier trip for me to get to Philadelphia than to Las Vegas. And to be able to get to one of these big, awesome cons would be a treat. Uh-oh, looks like we've got a special guest here tonight, guys. Let's all take time to say hello to 7 of 9, tertiary adjunct of Unimatrix 01. 7. Hey, what's going on? Look. Oh, hello. Say hello. Anyway, it's always nice to have a special guest on the program. Don't tell Captain Picard that I let her into the conference room, please. I will wipe the fur off of the table, and there will be no issues. That's funny. Looks like she's actually sitting on the conference table there. 7, be careful, please. Okay. Anyway, very exciting. Very excited for that. I want to get out to a con that is a strictly... Please don't shut off the video. That is a strictly Star Trek con. I've been to plenty of Comic Cons and I've met Star Trek guests there, but I've never been to a Star Trek convention, which I think would be a completely different experience, So I definitely would love to do that sometime in the future, and hopefully we will get to that. Very fun noises there. I don't think that was the cat's fault. I'll blame that on my own fault. I don't think that was about the final bit of news that I saw there. So we can just kind of keep it right here for now and talk about what is going on here on the home front. And of course, as you guys know, I'm big into the International Federation of Trekkers. We have Federation headquarters in Sandusky, Ohio, and they are closing their doors on their main location in the next 2 days. So if you are in the area, you can still get in there and get a good discount, 30% off. And then they will be closed for the entire month of May, preparing for a June 1st grand opening at their new location, also at the Sandusky Mall. So, man, I'm looking forward to hopefully being able to find some time to get out there and help them with their move, with their setup, with anything that they could possibly need help with. And just hope everything goes well, that this summer that I can actually take up a permanent role there, at least once a week, there at the shop, which would be amazing. I mean, for Pete's sake. The truth of it is, it's a crazy thing to think about, right? I have a million things to do. I have a full-time job. I've got a house that has a million things to do in it, and I've got a family, and the list never ends. So the thought of saying, one day a week, I'm going to go and do something that does not advance any of the work that needs done at home, does not make me any money, but boy, would it make me happy. Oh, man. So, that's the trade-off, and that's certainly worthwhile, right? 100%. So we're going to get into that, and with the kids out of school for the summer, it will be, definitely a good time to do that. And I think my son might want to come along as well, too. Train him up in the ways of, the ways of Star Trek, right? Anyway, so we got that going on, which is great. We've got the Star Trek book collection, which is back on Earth. Certainly not here on the Enterprise, but anyway, with the Star Trek book collection. And as of my last count, I'm at 15 remaining. 15 more books. And I have... I could be wrong, right? I've made this spreadsheet and I've checked it out pretty thoroughly. But then just today I saw this short story collection that I think came out of Star Trek magazine that was published into a book. And that wasn't part of my list. So I'm like, well, what else did I miss? But according to my list, which is very extensive, I need 15 more books. And then I have the whole 860 or 840 something, whatever it is, right at my fingertips, right there on Earth, right? So that's exciting to me. And just when I thought, I'm like, well, then that's you brought it to a finish. And I'm like, Well, what about the reference books, Josh? You got to get the reference books. There's a whole ton of them to get too. So, yes, I did make sure to make room on the shelf for the reference material as well. And I mean, if we're gonna do it, let's just do it. Let's go all out and let's get all the stuff, you know, because that's it's. If I'm going to be Josh with talk about Trek, I'm going to need the maximum amount of Trek to talk about. Right? That's my goal. So if I want to achieve my goal, I must get all the Trek. Right? And I mean, it's a worthy goal, right? I mean, like, man, buying books is always a good thing. What are you doing? All right, anyway. No. That way. Okay. Now, in conclusion, I was thinking, I've been goofing around with this ability to transport myself aboard the Enterprise and other places. And I had a thought late one night, and it's probably not a feasible thought, but I think I'm going to do it anyway, just for fun. But I think I want to make my own little short Star Trek fan film, right? And I think, honestly, I think I can make it happen with just kind of what I learned at the neutral zone. And that was just some simple kind of lighting things and things like that. And with the ability to use, of course, this technology here to transport myself aboard starships and strange planets, and then also just other computer technology, right? So I don't know. I've been thinking about it, and I tell you what, I'm going to talk to my good friend about it on Thursday, and I think he's going to be totally like, dude, yes, you should do this, and I also want to do it with you. So I don't know. Maybe look forward to something like that coming in the future. A talk about Trek produced Star Trek fan film, and I've got a couple of ideas. You can keep it simple, right? You can keep it simple, and you can still tell a very interesting story with minimal everything, right? It could just be me, a background, some effects, some lights, maybe some smoke, and here I am, a commander trapped aboard a vessel at Wolf 359, and I'm giving my last log, to my family or something like. Oh man, there's a million cool ideas, right? And I got these ideas, because I do watch a lot of these other fan film things or fan film YouTube channels and things that are out there, and it excites me to see people out there loving Star Trek and then going out there and creating these things and just doing it for the love of it too, right? That's fantastic. So anyway, man, that was fun. I always have fun on Warp Tuesday, right? And I'm glad you guys are here too with me. Thanks for hanging out here on the Enterprise D. Again, please do not tell Captain Picard that the cat and I were hanging out here. We will clean it up when we go. As always, my friends, live long and prosper. We'll see you guys in the next one. Have a good night.